Hell, I don't know. They dress me like a Ken doll. I just show up and there's stuff hanging in the little spot and I put it on and come out here. Robin dresses me, honestly. I swear I would come out here looking like Naven from The Jerk if I dressed myself.
With a Stetson?
She does that, so that's my answer. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.
This is a crucial time. So very, very important that we get this right.
Today, a series of announcements from the governor involving childcare, pools, gyms, and more. We're going to break down the dates and explain what will be different for parents when daycare reopens.
I was devastated to see that how much mess they created. Like literally they went through the entire store.
An organization working out of the kindness of their hearts to help others was targeted by thieves. The search for who's responsible.
How many times do you think it was that you called in and got hung up on without being able to talk to someone?
Oh, God, I would probably say, it was at least dozen, over 75 to 80 times.
But could there be a solution on the horizon? The help on the way for the unemployed and financial advice ahead of 5:30.
But we begin tonight with potential severe moving through central Ohio right now. Central Ohio's only live Doppler radar. There it is. Take a look. It has been watching these pop-ups all day long. Thanks for joining us here for 10 TV News at 5 p.m. I'm Scott Light.
And I'm Yolanda Harris. Let's get to Chief Meteorologist Ashlee Baracy. Sounds like kind of wild weather coming up.
Yeah, Yolanda, we were anticipating this front pushing into our area, and the timing is really shaping up to be exactly what we thought throughout the evening hours, probably getting closer to I-71 between 6 and 7. But we've had a couple severe thunderstorm warnings pop. So I want to start off with the one that just expired, but it gives you a little bit of an idea of what's headed our way. That thunderstorm warning expired just a minute ago at 5, but it was in Champaign, Clark, and Miami counties where severe thunderstorms were rolling through eastward at about 50 miles per hour with wind gusts at 60 miles per hour. Up to our north, though, we still have a warning that is in effect, and that is for Crawford, Hancock, Wyandotte counties over the next half hour. But we're going to keep a close eye on this. It's warm, humid, and that could help fire off some of these storms. We're sitting in the 70s at this hour. We'll give you another update on how many more storms we have this evening in just a few minutes.
Ashlee, thanks. And folks, quick reminder, you can have the power of Central Ohio's only live Doppler radar right in the palm of your hand. It's on our 10 TV News app, which is free in your app store. Also, we want your help to cover weather stories every day, as a matter of fact. Send us your pictures or your video to this number, 614-460-3345.
A lot of industries have been waiting for reopening dates, and a lot of them got answers today. We're breaking it all down on this calendar. Take a look at this. Campgrounds, they can open a week from today. Gyms, pools, and Ohio BMV locations can open on May 26th. And this is perhaps the big one. Daycares now have a reopening date. But as you can expect, there are rules to slow the spread of COVID-19. 10 TV's Lacey Crisp is live with concerns from a child care provider. Lacey?
Yolanda, it was a big day of announcements from the governor, probably the one that a lot of parents have been looking forward to. Daycares. They can reopen May 31st, but the governor has put on a lot of restrictions. Now, they'll have to take daily temperature checks of workers. They'll have to wear masks, intense cleaning and hand washing, both for the workers and for the kiddos. Now, one restriction that daycare providers say is going to be the toughest, limiting class sizes. Infants and toddlers will be restricted to 6 per room, with a maximum of 9 allowed in a room for older kids. Now, the governor is giving $60 million from the CARES Act to daycares to help cover tuition costs with lower attendance, but some providers say it's just not going to be enough.
The numbers just aren't really doable. When we have a class that normally holds 25 kids and we can only take 9 of them in, that's more than half the class that we have to turn away. And I I have no idea how we're going to be able to explain that to some of our families.
So the Supreme Court in Wisconsin has struck down that state's stay-at-home order. I asked Governor DeWine today if he's going to take a look at this state's safer-at-home order. He says as they're reopening more business, that is something that they're going to look into. Reporting live, Lacey Crisp, 10 TV News.
Lacey. Now, some families are going to have a challenging decision when it comes to child care and whether or not to send their kids. And we wanted to know what you think about this. So will you send your child back to daycare when it reopens on May 31st? So go on there and vote. We're going to check these results again at 5:30. But right now, it looks like the majority of you are saying no. Well, Bobcats could soon be back on campus. Ohio University is making plans to reopen for the fall 2020 semester. University officials are working on some different ways to safely reopen campus under Governor DeWine's guidance.
We are always tracking the numbers, and we show you the numbers every single day from the Ohio Department of Health. But we want to narrow our focus here at the beginning of our 5 p.m. half hour on the city of Columbus. We have the most recent numbers, so take a look here from the Columbus Department of Public Health, and they show more than 3,000 cases across the capital city. That's compared to more than 24,000 statewide. So let's provide some context here again when it comes to Columbus. This line graph shows the number of new daily cases across the city as of May 12th. That is the most recent data. So as you can see, the numbers have spiked up and down quite a bit, but we have been trending up over the last few days. Coming up at 6 tonight, we're going to show you how this all averages out to give you an even better perspective. Well, tonight, volunteers are working to clean up a pantry and a thrift store, and it's because of this. Their place was broken into not once but twice, and it happened in the past week. The store in West Columbus provides warm meals, pantry items, as well as gently used clothes. But early Tuesday morning, the shop was ransacked. Windows were shattered, things were either stolen or broken. Volunteers say the thieves returned the next morning too.
I came over here and I was devastated to see that how much mess they created. Like literally they went through the entire store and they basically ripped things off from wherever they could. And that was like really a lot of work on our side, a lot of damage.
Store owners say they're looking, speaking of damage, at about $10,000 worth, and that includes damages and stolen items. Anyone with information on this break-in is certainly urged to contact Columbus Police.
Well, the pandemic has put justice on hold for families of crime victims and defendants all over the state. But changes are underway right now at the Franklin County Courthouse in hopes of getting the wheels of justice turning again. 10 TV's Glenn McIntyre takes us inside what courtrooms might look like in the age of COVID-19.
The Franklin County Courthouse has essentially been shut down since March, with the exception of grand jury, arraignments, and protection orders. This month, they began resuming some limited hearings spaced out by one courtroom per floor per day. Next month, they're hoping to resume jury trials, but not before some significant changes are made to the courtrooms.
It's really changed everything for us during this time.
Judge Stephen McIntosh is the administrative judge over the Franklin County Court of Common Pleas. He is in the frustrating position of overseeing a courthouse that has largely been rendered inoperable due to COVID-19.
It does impact everyone. For victims, obviously, that want to see their matters resolved in some way. For defendants that have cases that want to get these cases behind them.
Before resuming operations here, he has to be able to provide social distance and protections.
And that's why we have most of this equipment here in my courtroom.
What looks like a series of phone booths are plexiglass cubicles built around each juror seat, also around the witness box, the bench, and the bailiff.
Well, the first thing that went through my mind is I never thought that I would have to do something like this. But then, is it functional, and to what degree it will be functional?
His courtroom is the prototype, with more changes to come. He admits reaction from other judges and attorneys has been mixed.
Some of them see it as a means to be able to do what they need to do, and others are crossing their fingers again and hoping that they never have to try a case under these circumstances.
The stakes are high, balancing the scales of justice with public safety, and little room for error on either side. Glenn McIntyre, 10 TV News.
McIntosh is planning discussions with other judges next week to determine whether these changes will be expanded to their courtrooms. Well, still ahead tonight, when schools reopen, what will it look like? One possibility from state leaders for your students' experience.
And we have a very active radar this evening with a front pushing into our region. We are anticipating scattered showers and storms over the next several hours, becoming warm and humid tonight with more storms on tap for tomorrow. We're going to time it out for you hour by hour after the break.
Closed captioning on 10 TV is sponsored by the Original Mattress Factory.
I'm Zach Klein, Columbus City Attorney. These are challenging times for all of us. As we stay home to stop this pandemic, domestic violence victims are now in even greater danger. If you or a loved one are experiencing abuse, help is available. For 24/7 support, call the Choices Hotline. And if you're in immediate danger, call 911. Right now, we have to look out for each other. We're all in this together.
Stay cool in a hot house home and protect yourself from the long hot summer. The feds are giving $500 energy credit. We're going to go ahead and match it with an additional $500 on whole house insulation. Plus, we're making it easy to pay for it with our $99 a month interest-free loan. Our inventory is priced to move, so give us a call.
USA Insulation.
Right now at Germain Hyundai, get 0% for 84 months on the 2020 Tucson or 0% days and take touchless delivery at your place or ours. To learn how to lower or defer your payments, get started at GermainHyundai.com.
At Primary One Health, it's our mission to serve Central Ohio with affordable, easy-to-access healthcare services. Same-day telehealth appointments are available for new and established patients. Call 614-859-1851 today.
Rise each day with 10 this morning.
So eventually most of us parents and even kids would like to get back to the physical building of going to school. But what will that actually look like? We've been asking around and talking to a lot of folks about this. The Columbus Dispatch asked some questions as well. They broke down a proposal from the State Department of Education, and it looks like this. Students and teachers would wear masks. Schools would need a quarantine room. Field trips, they would be a no-go for a while. Now, again, this is just a proposal right now. Schools will remain virtual for the rest of this academic year.
And while social distancing is taking the lead in fighting this virus, other countries are turning to technology. Some really interesting ideas here. In Italy, police are scanning people at Rome's airport with helmets that will actually take your temperature. And in Dubai, these so-called smart helmets are being used around the city. It can scan 200 people a minute and has 6 different scanning options.
Got the temperature reading mode. It also has facial recognition capabilities, plate number recognition, QR code reader, and ultimately this all connects together to give you the history of a person.
That's high tech, kind of like RoboCop looks like. Civil liberties groups say this technology, though, is an invasion of privacy. Restaurants, salons, and spas can all open up tomorrow. Coming up new at 5:30, what they were doing today to prepare for you.
And we are tracking showers and storms headed into our area, not just this evening, but again as we go into your Friday. Anticipate waves of active weather as we go into the weekend. We're going to have more on this coming up in your full forecast just ahead.
10 TV News is sponsored by Window Nation.
When it comes to cleaning your air ducts, it takes the trained professionals at Stanley Steamer using the most powerful equipment to get the most powerful results. We clean your entire system. Call today and save.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Aqua Systems was founded over 50 years ago to make the best water softeners and drinking water systems available and to just make it easy to get great water. People who shop us buy from us. Why? Clear pricing on great equipment with the best warranties anywhere. If you don't love your water system, bring it back. Everything comes with a money-back guarantee, so there's no need for high pressure. Give Aqua Systems a try. You'll love your water.
Yard work is in full swing, and it's the perfect time to buy that new John Deere with Ag Pro's Load Up on Savings sales event. With low monthly payments, you can have the best looking lawn in town. We have lawn and garden tractors and zero-turn mowers starting at just $49 per month, or get a compact tractor starting at $99 per month. Visit one of our 21 full-service locations in Ohio and Kentucky for all your parts, service, and sales needs, or find us online at agproco.com.
To replace or need service on your air conditioner, but have Corona also. We've instituted no contact service calls. Want to know how much a new AC is? Visit our website at indoortemp.com to find out. We have up to $1,200 in incentives or 0% interest, plus 72-month financing available. Visit us at indoortemp.com or call 614-642-4472 for pricing and all of your indoor air quality needs today.
In our neighborhoods, our way of life is changing, and in Giant Eagle stores, how we respond is changing too. We are always committed to fair pricing, and this week you will find even more savings on fresh foods and everyday essentials your family can count on. We are working to keep you safe. We are rapidly expanding our curbside time slots. And to help us move as fast as we can, we're reaching out across our communities and adding full-time jobs. We know it's a different world than a few weeks ago. We will work through this together.
In these uncertain times, it has never been more important to maintain a clean home. At Stanley Steamer, we've added a new cleaning spray that disinfects hard surfaces and deep cleans carpet and upholstery. We believe in doing things the right way. That's why we've been your trusted partner in clean for over 70 years.
10 TV News is sponsored by Rosati Windows.
Welcome back to Dress for Success Columbus, where we empower women to achieve economic independence. And we do that
using Facebook because of COVID-19. The nonprofit Dress for Success Columbus introduced us to their 2020 Woman of the Year. She has an incredible journey and one she hopes inspires others to be the employee and person they want to be.
So today, we'd like to introduce you to our 2020 Woman of Power, Danny Wall.
In front of an audience on social media and a smaller audience in person, Dress for Success Columbus revealed its 2020 Woman of Power.
She's an advocate, she's a volunteer, her journey is our journey, and we're so excited to recognize her.
Danny describes herself as a divorced mom with 14-year-old twins, and she's had some tough financial times along the way. But with strength and resilience, she has pushed through and is now serving others.
So we had to live with family, and it was just a huge struggle. I mean, you know, 2 college degrees and you can't get a job. It's ridiculous.
Danny recognizes not everyone has had a chance to learn how to prepare for a job, but it's not just about having the right outfit. Even something like saying hello at an interview.
It's really good to have a place that can say, hey, do you know how to use LinkedIn? How do you use your social media? How do you do a handshake? They have workshops, they have mentorships, they go into the schools. They really, really bring your skill level up so that you are able to take that next step.
And it is all about that next step. Over the past 8 weeks, Dress for Success has taken all of its career development tools online. And you can find a link on our website. Just check out 10tv.com/featured links.
I have seen some of those Dress for Success events in other cities, and they're all just fantastic. Let's talk about dressing for this weather with our chief meteorologist, Ashlee Baracy. So, Ashlee, I saw some people in my neighborhood today walking around in windbreakers, kind of covering up. And then my son, my teenager, comes home from a run this afternoon with just no shirt on. I was like, dude, what are you doing? And he's like, I wanted to feel the rain. And I'm like, okay. So, see, that's what you have to look forward to once Carter becomes a sweaty teen.
Oh, goodness. Thanks for getting me so excited about that. But yeah, we are looking at trying to dress for warmer temperatures while also trying to cover ourselves up from the heavy downpours that are headed our way. So if you're going to be out and about, you will want the umbrella. That's going to be a necessity throughout the evening. Let's break down those storm threats for you, though, for this evening and then again going into tomorrow. So this evening's threat, as we are keeping a very close eye on radar and these storms getting closer to I-71, really the biggest threat will be the heavy downpours and gusty winds. Some of these storms had wind gusts of about 60 miles per hour, but I do want to let you know that in order for there to be a severe thunderstorm warning issued by the National Weather Service, there has to be wind gusts of 59 miles per hour. So those warnings that were popping earlier off to our west just met the threshold for there to be a warning to be issued. But right now we're looking okay. We just are going to have some of those non-severe storms rolling through. Tornadoes and hail will be more of a threat into the northwestern part of the state. But we are getting a new severe thunderstorm warning inching closer to us, which we're going to continue to keep a close eye on with those lightning strikes that are going off. Hour by hour, though, I'm anticipating these storms crossing I-71 somewhere between about 6:30 and 7:30 this evening, and they will continue to push eastward for you. But I do want to give you one quick update because this just came in that the severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued is for Champaign, Clark, Logan, Madison, and Union counties until 5:30, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of our eastern counties get one of those warnings after that. Hour by hour, though, as we progress throughout the night, we should see most of those showers kind of taper off, and any kind of stormy activity will likely be Friday morning closer to the state line, well north of here. It's not till tomorrow afternoon that we anticipate more showers and storms rolling in. So we are warmer right now than this time yesterday, between about 5 and 15 degrees warmer. We are at 72, but 63 in Kenton, 61 in Urbana, 79 though down in Logan. MacArthur, Piketon has hit 80 today, so a few areas that have crept up above the average temperature. Tonight we will bottom out right around 64, 63 degrees with some of those storms lingering, but I think overall it's just a mild, humid night. And then a slight chance for some severe storms in central Ohio come tomorrow. That's the severe weather outlook, and we break them down by threats as far as your winds, tornadoes, and that and such. So severe winds still an issue as we go into tomorrow. As far as hail or rotation being a concern, that is not as much an issue tomorrow here in central Ohio. So a couple gusty days on tap. We stay in the 70s tomorrow and Saturday, probably hitting low 80s on Sunday, but a cold front will cool us off Monday as we struggle to hit 70 and then another upwards climb towards 80 by the end of next week. That's your full Doppler 10 forecast. Back to you.
Okay, Ashlee, thank you. Something else we are keeping an eye on. We have some breaking news to bring you near Easton. 5 people have been hurt in a crash. This is near Sunbury Road and Easton Way. I want to show you some live pictures here from this particular intersection. As you can tell, parts of this road are shut down. First responders, police are out there. And again, you may want to avoid this area as police, it looks like, will be out there for a while. Columbus police also telling us 1 person is in serious condition, but again, 5 people total have been hurt in this bad crash. Sunbury Road and Easton Way. We will certainly keep an eye on it for you. Still ahead here on the news at 5 p.m. This is something that we hear a lot, that maybe your energy has gone down in this pandemic. You don't have the energy that you used to. Could it be related to all this? We're going to ask an expert next.
Closed captioning on 10 TV is sponsored by the Original Mattress Factory. 10 TV News is sponsored by Big Sandy Superstore.
When migraine strikes, there's new Quick Dissolve Nurtec. Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Pay as little as $0. Learn more at Nurtec.com.
When the interest rate on your credit card is too high, you're leaving money on the table. That's not good in challenging times like this. What is good is a Kemba Visa card with a 0% introductory rate that puts money back in your pocket. Now's the time to free up cash and lessen your financial worries.
For plumbing service or repair, call the Rooter Works. 614-ROOTER-1. Plumbing issues don't pause for pandemics. And here at the Rooter Works, we care about your health and safety. You have a high-priced plumbing estimate? Call us today and let us be your second opinion plumbers.
Stay ahead of the storm with severe weather alerts delivered right to your phone. Download the free 10 TV app.
10 TV News is sponsored by Precision. We fix broken garage doors.
I called Colombo Law.
I called Colombo Law.
I called Colombo Law.
I called Colombo Law. Seriously injured? Call Colombo Law.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. It's about taking care of each other. It's the small parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering current Chevy owners OnStar Crisis Assist services and complimentary Wi-Fi data. If you need a new vehicle, we have leases available on select 2020 models where you can practically sign and drive. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available. It's just our way of doing our part.
Shop Aegean, Central Ohio's hot tub expert. Will beat any competitor's price on a comparable model by $250. Aegean, family owned since 1946.
At American Air, the safety of our customers and employees is our top priority. We know these are uncertain times, but HVAC, electrical, and plumbing issues don't pause for viruses. We're taking every measure to keep you safe. If you need us, call us today or go to AmericanAirHeating.com.
Uncertain? Yes. Unprepared? No. Credit unions like Kemba were made for times like this to protect your financial well-being and peace of mind. Better days begin with a conversation. Let's start one now.
Kemba, a better way to bank.
When migraine strikes, there's new Quick Dissolve Nurtec. Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Pay as little as $0. Learn more at Nurtec.com.
Beat the rush. 10 TV keeps you ahead of the traffic. Get your traffic reports on 10 TV. Sponsored by your Central Ohio Honda dealers. Weekdays on 10 TV.
If you've been working from home or just staying home during this pandemic, you might have noticed a drop in energy. Molly Brewer says she has, and she talked with an exercise instructor at Ohio Health's McConnell Heart Health Center about why that might be. Monica Anderson says we may feel more tired if we're moving less. She also says the emotional toll of the pandemic could lead to fatigue.
Stress and emotions consume a huge amount of energy. So perhaps talking with a friend or a relative, joining a support group, seeing a therapist, all can help diffuse your stress.
Now, there are some simple steps you can take to boost your energy, like taking mini walks throughout the day, just a little short walk, connecting with friends and family through texts or brief phone calls, grabbing a healthy snack like apples or peanut butter, drinking plenty of water, or maybe just taking a break to do a couple of stretches.
Well, nobody compares to Mario in the video game world, and Nintendo has announced a new Paper Mario game called the Origami King. The game maker tweeted a little teaser saying, "What evil paper shenanigans does the Origami King have planned?" Well, this game will be released on the Nintendo Switch July 17th. Okay, Tracy Townsend, I don't want to date myself here, but I gotta say that I was pretty good at keeping Mario from those rolling barrels back in the day on Donkey Kong, back in what, late 80s, early 90s? Okay, I just dated myself. Yeah.
Oh boy, did you. I'm really going to talk about this really low because we have a Nintendo Switch in the house and we have a Mario fan, so just try to keep that. Keep that to myself.
Okay.
Well, coming up at 5:30, some of you are ready for them, but are they ready for you? Stay with us because we're going to tell you what you can expect when those salons reopen tomorrow.
I'm just kind of out here. I mean, that's just what else can I do?
Wait for unemployment benefits. Coming up tonight at 5:30, we are going to tell you the number of people who are actually getting through when they call. And many families feel helpless. Many people just feel helpless as they wait for those benefits. Tonight at 5:30, more of our help for you. We are taking your financial questions to a banking expert. So send your questions right now. Stop what you're doing. Send us a text, 614-460-3345.
Conklin Kia is accelerating the good, and we're here for you. This month only, purchase a new 2020 Kia Soul for just $15,900 or a new 2020 Sportage just $19,900. Shop your way in person or at home at 1475 Mount Vernon Road or ConklinKia.com.
I told you we would be back, and it would be big. Maybe our biggest event ever. So here it is.
Now that the chaos is over, we're celebrating the grand reopening of all Big Sandy Superstore locations with 22 incredible hours. Get no money down, no minimum purchase, 7 years special financing. Finance $1,000 for $17 a month. Up to $1,500 in free furniture and mattresses. Doorbusters like this Ashlee sofa for $399 with a free love seat. It all starts Friday at Big Sandy Superstore.
Hey, it's Aaron from Window Nation. The country's facing some unprecedented challenges, and we want to do our
part to protect your #1 investment, your home.
Many homeowners need new windows, and we need to keep our employees at Window Nation working.
In order to provide immediate relief for those homeowners that are in need of new windows, we'll defer your payments on your new windows for 2 full years.
Pay nothing and put no money down. Plus, we're temporarily reducing pricing up to 50% on all style windows.
Rebuilding our nation, one window at a time.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tracy Townsend, Medical Director at Journey Light. Do you have type 2 diabetes? Are you covered by Medicare? You may be eligible for a gastric sleeve, which could put your diabetes into remission. Go to journeylight.com now for more information.
Injury lawyers come and go, but the Donahue Law Firm has been around for over 50 years. If you don't care about results, call the other guys. But if results matter, check out DonahayLaw.com and give us a call.
Conklin Kia is accelerating the good, and we're here for you. This month only, purchase a new 2020 Kia Rio for just $13,900 or a new 2020 Forte just $15,900. Shop your way, in person or at home at 1475 Mount Vernon Road or ConklinKia.com.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. And with great deals available, there's never been a better time to buy at your local dealership. To find a dealer near you, visit CubCadetDealers.com.
10 TV News is sponsored by A1 Concrete Leveling and Foundation Repair.
Well, it was a big day of dates as Ohio continues to reopen. Take a look at this calendar. We have reopening dates now for campgrounds, childcare, day camps, gyms, and that's just to name a few. Now, we have all these dates for you online. You can visit our website anytime to find out more at 10tv.com. Obviously, for many people, this is good news. What's not so good news from the state, though, the unemployment numbers. We're going to get folks some help coming up in just a little bit.
But we begin tonight at 5:30 with severe thunderstorm warnings in our area. We want to get right to Doppler 10 Chief Meteorologist Ashlee Baracy. Boy, things are really hopping quickly, Ashlee.
Yeah, we have the heat and humidity that's creating some instability in our atmosphere, so it's no surprise that we are starting to see some of these warnings pop right here in central Ohio. Let's get right to live Doppler 10 radar because we've had a couple warnings pop since I last joined you, and that does include Franklin and Delaware counties. You can see those lightning strikes pushing through Urbana and in Union County right now. These are moving east at about 55 miles per hour. So severe thunderstorm warning has been issued by the National Weather Service for Delaware, Franklin, Madison, and Union counties until 6:15. These have wind gusts up to about 60 miles per hour. Now, we haven't seen any kind of radar indicated rotation. We are just more so concerned with the straight line winds that could come with some of these storms that are rolling through with this front. Zooming in a little bit closer so I could time this out for you in your neighborhood with our storm tracker. Marysville likely to see this at 5:37. London about 10 to 6. Delaware right around 6 o'clock. 6:20 in Columbus and closer to 6:30 in Gahanna. This tracker is figuring this out with those storms moving east at about 50 to 55 miles per hour. Already starting to get darker in Licking County, 73 in Newark, but we have reports of those showers coming down in Urbana, cooling us off to 68. We're going to give you that minute-by-minute look with your radar coming up next.
Questions need to be answered. People need to understand what their options are. And besides the fact most people have kids, grandkids, they're taking care of elderly.
Frustration and fear over finances. That is just some of what we're hearing from a lot of you affected in this economic crisis. Numbers released today show just about 1.2 million Ohioans have filed for unemployment. That is a huge chunk of the state population, as you can tell here, because our population is at 11.5 million. As 10 TV's Lacey Crisp reports, many Ohioans say they still aren't getting through to the state.
Getting a double whammy and her, being impacted by both.
Todd Lotz's wife, Sarah, worked 2 part-time jobs.
one at a daycare for a gym, and one as an aide at Westerville schools.
She's never filed for unemployment before.
Like thousands of you, they filed online, then tried to call the unemployment number when they had questions.
How many times do you think it was that you called in and got hung up on without being able to talk to someone?
Oh, God, I would probably say, it was at least dozen. Over 75 to 80 times.
The Job and Family Service Department tells us they average answering 25% of all calls.
We're now 8 weeks into this pandemic. Do you think it's acceptable that JFS is still only answering about 25% of those calls?
I want that number absolutely to be higher.
On Wednesday, the unemployment office received 252,000 calls. They answered 19,466 of those. That's about 13%.
25%, as I've shared, is not an outlier nationwide. Doesn't make it acceptable, but it is reflective of the tremendous volume that everyone is experiencing.
JFS is in a pilot program for a callback system that should ease some of the problems. Not before dozens of frustrating calls for Lotz and his wife, who were ultimately able to get through.
Help the people of Ohio, like the phone bank has been biggest concern.
In Columbus, Lacey Crisp, 10 TV News.
Well, all week long here at 5:30, we have been talking with the experts. We want to get you those answers. Today, we want to welcome this gentleman, Mark Seymour. He is Chief Lending Officer for Kemba Financial Credit Union. Mark, thank you for being here. Let's start off this way. What are some of the most common questions you're getting from the public in this pandemic?
You know, there's a lot of uncertainty out there. Certainly there's problems with unemployment, and when you don't have income, it certainly makes it really difficult to pay your bills. I think most people are saying, hey, how much latitude can I be allowed in this situation? And I know that the lenders are doing their very best to try and take every piece of the information and make the best decision for all parties involved, not just one side.
Let's talk about that. Let's pick up on that word you just used, latitude. What are some options out there for everyday Ohioans who are still trying to pay their bills, trying to pay their loans, but they're out of work and they don't have money coming in?
Yeah, so first of all, it's really important to understand exactly what your monthly outgo is. I think, you know, when everything was going so well, I think people became very, very comfortable with the bills came in and they paid them and there wasn't a bunch of change, but now there's this unexpected change. And I think it's healthy to sit down and write down all of your bills and prioritize those. I mean, when we think about just the nature of what we need as human beings, you want to make sure you've got a place to live. You want to make sure you've got a way to work. You want to make sure that you've got the proper insurance and you're putting groceries on the table. Those are your top four things. So it's really about going through, understanding what you've got so you can talk intelligently when you're talking to anybody you may have doubts out to, and you already have a strategy in place when you do get some money in.
Mark, as you might imagine, we are getting a lot of questions about loans out there, and we got this one from a viewer who wrote in with this. What if I have trouble paying my mortgage as a result of COVID-19? What should that person do?
Pick up the phone and call your mortgage company. We are, all of us, I promise you, all of us in this industry are looking at providing relief. I know personally we gave several options to our members to either push loans off to the end, go interest only for a few days, skip a monthly payment, but you're going to make that up at the end. There are a number of different options, and if you just raise your hand and be a willing participant, I think you're going to find that the lender's going to do their very best to try and work with you.
And we are hearing that from the very top of state government. To your point, Lieutenant Governor Husted and Governor DeWine, they are really urging the lenders out there to really work with Ohioans. Let me pick up on that for one last question. In this segment, a person wrote into us and said this: I missed my loan payment because I lost my job as a result of COVID-19. Will I have to pay late fees on top of everything else? Mark?
Generally, no. We'll waive that late fee for you. Matter of fact, we've been trying to be very proactive about trying to cut off as many fees for people while we go through this difficult situation. And quite frankly, the economy is going to take a while to recover. So we're just exercising our muscles for the future as well.
All right, Mark, listen, great stuff here right out of the gate. Let's keep you plugged in, and we'll let a few more minutes go by, and then we'll come back to you in just a few with more questions and answers from you. Thank you, but do stand by for us. Remember, folks, you can send in your questions as well. Send them into this number at 614-460-3345. Again, we're going to have Mark here in just a little bit, and then tomorrow, don't forget, we have that woman there. We have Kim Hall, Director of the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services, to answer your questions. Tracy?
All right, for salons, barbershops, well, the big day is tomorrow.
This 8-week vacation that everybody's taken has put a pretty big damper on everybody's spirits. So everybody's excited, but still cautiously nervous.
We are going to give you a peek at how they are getting prepared today.
And strong storms are pushing in from the west, moving east at about 55 miles per hour. We're bringing you a severe thunderstorm warning this evening until 6:15 for the following counties. That includes Delaware, Franklin, Madison, and Union counties. Wind gusts up to about 60 miles per hour. We're going to give you an update after the break.
Choose from hundreds of used cars and trucks at the Toyota Direct Used Car Superstore. All makes, all models. 100 plus under $15K. And now you can choose from a huge selection of quality used Toyota models. Drive a 2019 Camry or a 2020 Corolla SE. You choose only $15,995. Bad credit? No problem. We can help at ToyotaSaysYes.com. Toyota Direct Used Car Superstore, I-270 and Morris Road, or at ToyotaDirect.com.
Become a massage therapist. Everyone has muscles. You can work in diverse settings and help anyone who has musculoskeletal pain. AIAM uses a holistic approach to teach you how to become a licensed professional for a successful career that meets your needs. Learn about the human body and wellness. Make a difference. Touch both communicates and heals. Join the growing field of holistic health. Call AIAM to enroll today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
We chose Simple Bath because of our neighbor's recommendation. The process was seamless. They were the most amazing people to work with. It was the best experience we've ever had with a contractor. My favorite part of the bathroom, it's everything. It exceeded my expectations. I would highly recommend Simple Bath. It was the most amazing experience we've ever had.
Call Simple Bath today to schedule a free design consultation in your home, in our showroom, or through video conference.
Simple Bath. Bathrooms you'll love, people you trust.
This is Angela Pace with the 10 TV Community Calendar. The Workforce Development Board will host virtual hiring events connecting job seekers with local employers. Log on for details.
Sponsored by the Birth Injury Lawyers at Elk & Elk. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO.
We were headed to the park and she pushed the door and there was a huge crash.
Spring brakes are the most common repair that we do.
Here at Precision, we take pride in being responsive.
98% of the time, we can fix everything same day.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
If a new air conditioner is just what you need, then it's time to call Logan AC and Heat Services. Save up to $1,500 on a qualifying Trane system. Or check out financing options, including 0% APR for 60 months. Estimates are free and installation takes just 1 day. That's why it's hard to stop a Trane. So check out our website on Google or give our team a call now to book your appointment. We're the home of fast, friendly service, Logan Services.
At Foundations Family Counseling, we understand that these can be trying times. You're working from home, juggling parenting while schools are closed, feeling isolated while we all do our part to social distance. We specialize in video-based therapy and can help you take care of yourself if you need someone to talk to. Many insurance companies are covering video-based therapy now. Call today or visit foundationsfamily.com. Foundations Family Counseling, building foundations for your future.
The internet isn't just awesome, it's important. So what if you could get it at mind-bending speed? With no contracts and contact-free installation for just $44.99 a month. Switch and get a $100 Visa prepaid reward card. Wow.
Tomorrow, hair and nail salons, barbershops can reopen after being shuttered for 8 weeks. Many of you, well, you've told us you will wait just a little longer for things to really return to normal, but others say you are ready to return. And many professionals tell us they are ready for you.
I normally offer coffee and tea to clients. I'm obviously not going to be doing that because they're going to have masks on.
Stylist Nick Burns will extend himself in other ways, adding hours in a day to his schedule here at InStyle by Nicholas.
My first client will be here at 8:15. I've allowed like 10 extra minutes between clients to really thoroughly clean, take my mask off, breathe for a little bit.
This 8-week vacation that everybody's taken has put a pretty big damper on everybody's spirit. So everybody's excited, but still cautiously nervous.
Ken Maxey manages the collection salon here in Gahanna, which includes 57 stylists and professionals and 59 individual rooms.
It is a little bit different for our stylists and our clients that are coming in here because they do have the ability to be in a secluded room. They're not face-to-face in an open-air area.
They'll rely on a ventilation system installed to tamp down hair product fumes and circulate air in and out of the building, in addition to following the other guidelines. The owners also covered the rent the stylists pay here.
It's, we did what we had to do. We can't let people starve just because, they took care of it.
It's an essential show of support, stylist Nick Burns says will be paid forward.
Us as stylists are doing everything in our power to, one, protect us, and two, protect the people that we care about. So our clients are included in that.
So you need to remember that the state's working group for salons and barbers includes that recommendation that clients wear a face covering or a mask. Clients will have to wait in their vehicles until it's their appointment time, and then 1 day a week, salons are going to be required to close so they can do a very deep clean. We'll be right back with another check of your Doppler 10 radar.
For many of us, morning routines have changed. But we still rise. We still shine. We prepare ourselves and our families
to hit the ground running
and make today the best day it can be.
Because each day begins with endless opportunity.
And we have never been more grateful, thankful,
proud
to be a part of yours.
Rise. Each day with 10 this morning.
Right now at Germain Volkswagen of Columbus, get rates as low as 0% and make no payments for 120 days on all new 2020 VWs with touchless delivery at your place or ours. Plus, get 0% financing on qualifying certified pre-owned VWs. To lower or defer your payments, get started at GermainVolkswagen.com.
10 TV News is sponsored by Perfect Power Wash.
At American Air, the safety of our customers and employees is our top priority. We know these are uncertain times, but HVAC, electrical, and plumbing issues don't pause for viruses. We're taking every measure to keep you safe. If you need us, call us today or go to AmericanAirHeating.com.
From toothaches to a full mouth rehab with the comfort of sedation, schedule an appointment today with the Runyon Dental Group for all your dental needs and let Dr. John Runyon help bring back your amazing smile.
I told you we would be back, and it would be big. Maybe our biggest event ever. So here it is.
Now that the chaos is over, we're celebrating the grand reopening of all Big Sandy Superstore locations with 22 incredible hours. Get no money down, no minimum purchase, 7 years special financing. Finance $1,000 for $17 a month. Up to $1,500 in free furniture and mattresses. Doorbusters like this Ashlee sofa for $3.99 with a free love seat. It all starts Friday at Big Sandy Superstore.
Bring anything else to wear.
What's up, Nick?
Daddy, make her take it off.
Not this again.
She's just being her usual bratty.
No sharing clothes without
Ouch, she's hurting me.
Stop it, young ladies. You're both going to be punished when we...
Daddy, are you okay? No, Daddy.
I'm Kevin Kurgis, and I'm a lawyer. A bad accident can alter your world or the world of your loved ones. That's why I'm here. Call me. And remember, I don't get paid unless you get paid.
Many homeowners need new windows, and we need to keep our employees at Window Nation working.
In order to provide immediate relief, we'll defer your payments on your new windows for 2 full years.
Pay nothing and put no money down.
Start your virtual quote online at windownation.com.
We keep Ohio rolling with the Lindsay Honda brand. Lindsay Honda.
0% financing for 72 months on the largest selection of Hondas in the Midwest. Over 1,500 new Hondas on the ground with 0% financing and 0 first month's payment until the end of summer. Shop online or visit our CDC compliant dealership off I-70 and Bryce Road. It's time to get Ohio rolling again with Ohio-made, Ohio-proud new Hondas. Get out of your current loan or lease and lower your payment, lower your rate at Lindsay Honda.
Doppler 10 Weather Bug is sponsored by Kemba Financial Credit Union, a better way to bank.
10 TV's Digital Broadcast Center is sponsored by Lindsay Honda.
Child care centers will be reopening on May 31st. And so we are asking, will you send your child back? Here are the results. Take a look at your screen. It looks like you're pretty definitive on this, with more than 70% of you saying no. Again, we'll give you some more time to answer that question. You know, many Central Ohioans are at this time really just trying to make ends meet. Mark Seymour from Kemba Financial Credit Union is back with us tonight to share some information that might help you. Mark, it's great to see you. Let's get right to it. What are some general financial strategies families can take when they are in this kind of a financial bind?
You know, it's time to review all of your expenses. There may be some luxuries that it's time to maybe cut out until we get more clarity as we move forward. Perhaps you can do with a few less cable bills. Maybe it's time that you got rid of a boat that you had because it's just not the right time. But I really think it's prioritization, it's communication, and making sure you understand what your total debt picture is. And obviously, I think we're all pretty aligned on what our income looks like.
All right, so it sounds like it's time to do some self-reflection there. Mark's going to be with us for just a little while longer to take your questions. You can send them to 614-460-3345. Mark, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
The other big story that we are following, we do have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect right now, so let's get straight to our chief meteorologist, Ashlee Baracy.
Thank you, Scott. Yeah, we are tracking a few different severe thunderstorm warnings that are rolling through this evening. Now, I don't want to concern people too much as far as any kind of rotation with these storms. We're not as concerned about that. We are just concerned about gusty winds. So these are going to be more so inconvenient storms. If you have some loose chimes outside or those decorative flags, make sure they're secure or taken down, because those could blow away with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So let's go ahead and start with our Doppler 10 live radar to show you all the lightning we have on the map, along with these heavy downpours with this line of showers and storms ahead of a front that's pushing in. And this does encompass most of central Ohio. This severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Delaware, Franklin, Madison, and Union counties until 6:15 this evening. So they are pushing eastward at a pretty good pace, about 55 miles per hour. As we put our storm tracker on, this will likely push into Dublin in about 8 minutes, looking at the downtown area in about 20, a half hour to Mount Vernon, and then probably about 45 minutes or so as this will be moving into Pickering. So that does have that eastward motion. Our severe threats with these storms, as I kind of just alluded to, very low risk of seeing rotation and hail, and that's pretty much up in the northwestern part of the state. Here in central Ohio, gusty winds, well, we do have a heightened risk of seeing that, and of course these heavy downpours as this will push through. Our hour-by-hour look with the computer model, look at 8 o'clock. Most of this has already pushed past I-71 and will be in the Zanesville area at that time. This will dissipate as we go into the overnight, maybe a couple lingering showers, but the stronger storms in the early morning hours Friday are looking to be just north of the state line from South Bend up towards Detroit, so kind of clipping northern Indiana and southern Michigan. Not as big of a concern early Friday here in Ohio, but we do have another round of storms we could see come tomorrow afternoon. So 72 degrees right now in Columbus, but look at that cooler air already filtering in the northwestern part of the state behind this line of storms that's rolling through. 80 right now in Logan. Forecasting 63 for a low tonight. That's more than 10 degrees above average. What a difference a couple days makes, right? Well, it'll be warm and humid during the overnight with a few of those lingering showers, but otherwise dry. Come tomorrow, a slight risk of seeing some severe storms here in Columbus and on eastward towards Pittsburgh. As we break down these threats for you, severe winds remain a threat for tomorrow. We're looking at some gusty conditions, but hail and tornadoes not as much a concern for your Friday forecast. So if it's trash night tonight, yeah, keep an eye on those trash lids. Now, hour by hour Friday, we start the day in the mid-60s, which is warm for this time of year. As we progress throughout the afternoon, we're going to warm back up into the mid, if not upper 70s, and those storms will likely roll through in the peak heat of the afternoon. We call that diurnal heating that really fires off some of that instability. Now, come Saturday and Sunday, still an active pattern. Will be warmer on Sunday, 82, but then come next week, we cool down Monday with a cold front, 69, and then back towards 80 by the end of next week. That is your full Doppler 10 10-day forecast, and we're keeping a close eye on these warnings. We'll have more updates just ahead.
All right, we'll check in a bit. Thanks, Ashley. Well, coming up ahead at 6 o'clock, a food bank break-in. Reaction from the people who work at this facility who want to know one thing: why? Pools, campgrounds, child care centers, you name it. It seems like almost everything will reopen this month. We're going to have the guidelines for these new places that are able to open for business again. And we're going to take a look into Marcy's Law and a new bill that will keep all survivors of rape in the loop about their offenders' court appearances. That's coming up ahead at 6 o'clock.
Looking for the best place to buy a Volkswagen Columbus? The Buyers Family Experience will put a smile on everyone's face. The vehicles you love and value you can take to the bank.
Right now at Buyers Volkswagen, get as low as 0% financing up to 72 months, plus no payments for up to 120 days.
And we're conveniently located by the airport.
So if you want to be happy with your new Volkswagen, come see why it's best to buy at Buyers.
At Fiesel, we have safe and convenient options to meet the needs of your home during these challenging times, including touch-free inspections, digital estimates, and electronic signatures, and deferred payment options with no payments for 12 months.
If you've been injured, experience counts. The Donahue Law Firm has more than 50 years getting results for our clients. Call the winning team at Donahue Law and let us get to work for you. See our record at DonahueLaw.com.
We've seen it all at Precision Garage Door. We have more technicians on the street than any other garage door company. We can repair most makes and models the same day. Our vehicles are fully stocked to get the job done right. When you call Precision, you only deal with us. We never hire subcontractors. We stand behind every job we do. We get in, we get it done with a quality repair the same day. We've got you covered.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Become a massage therapist. Everyone has muscles. You can work in diverse settings and help anyone who has musculoskeletal pain. AIAM uses a holistic approach to teach you how to become a licensed professional for a successful career that meets your needs. Learn about the human body and wellness. Make a difference. Touch the growing field of holistic health. Call AIAM to enroll today.
It truly takes a village, and our home is shared with Honda's Homes employees. We've built over 20 million Hondas, providing jobs and stimulating the economy to help keep Central Ohio rolling. Quality vehicles built by our family, friends, and neighbors you trust. Central Ohio drives Honda because Honda drives Central Ohio. For low Honda payments and financing, search your local Honda dealer today.
You're watching WBNS-10 TV, Central Ohio's news leader.
Okay, friends, tonight at 8 o'clock it's Young Sheldon, then at 8:30, Man with a Plan. Mom comes on at 9 o'clock, followed by a new episode of Broke at 9:30. And then SWAT is on at 10, followed by 10 TV News at 11. Have a great night.
We do have a bit more time here with Mark Seymour from Kemba Financial Credit Union. Mark, as we wrap it up here, give us a couple of your final thoughts. And one thing that I wrote down here from our previous discussion, and that is you suggested to Ohioans, if they're having trouble with, paying rent, paying mortgage, to call that lender. Be honest about your situation. Tell them what you're up against, and hopefully they'll try to work with those folks, right?
Yeah, this is the precise time when you don't want to avoid those conversations, because it leaves the lender in the dark. We're all looking for solutions just like the borrowers are. We're very fortunate because of the diversity. There's opportunities in here for folks too. I hope everybody goes back to their jobs that they had if they enjoyed them before the whole pandemic, but there's opportunities in the marketplace too to look broader. But certainly pick up the phone, be proactive. There's debt service companies that can help you set up budgets, contact lenders if you're uncomfortable doing that. There is a lot of resources. Reach out to your lender. We're here to help.
That is really good to hear. We do appreciate you and all the professionals at Kemba for helping out in this pandemic. And thanks for being here with us on our newscast today. Our final Shining the Light on Unemployment segment is coming your way tomorrow. So it's the end of the week. We've been doing this all week long. We want you to send us your questions for Kim Hall. There she is. She is director of the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services. And again, she'll be able to answer your questions about benefits and about a lot of things. We'll be talking to her tomorrow. To send us your question, here's the number, 614-460-3345.
And we continue to honor our mission to honor Central Ohio's heroes. Today's hero of the day is Lori Davies. Her daughter nominated her, saying Lori is a 5th grade teacher in Pickerington. And so we say congratulations. We love the teachers. If you'd like to nominate someone, just text the word hero to 614-460-3345. Scott, I know you're feeling like I am at the end of the school year with a senior. Teachers mean the world at this point.
They absolutely do. And I'm sure that your son is in finals. My son's in finals for high school. And yeah, he's talking about all those teachers who have made a big difference in his life for sure. You know what? There's plenty more news straight ahead. Let's kick off 10 TV News at